Reporter Luthando Masana is now back and is joining me in the studio from that hostage drama that we witnessed in Kempton Park. Luthando, nice to chat to you again. Can you just take us briefly on what transpired during that hostage situation, and is it over now?
Thank you, Obrel. You know, when we arrived there next to the hospital, we just found a group of people. Mostly Nigerian nationals. And then what I could see is that they were very fuming. And then I started asking questions as to what really is happening here. Yeah. Understand? And then they told me that the police brutally killed one of their own. And then when we went to the police, we found that there is a police van surrounded by police. And then they told us that the body is inside that car. Okay. Then I continued asking questions to those Nigerian nationals if what happened and when did it happen. And then they told me around 8 a.m. And then this young man who was killed, he was walking on West Street in Kempton Park CBD. That's where the police started chasing him because apparently he had some drugs in possession. And then they started chasing him to arrest him. And then when they arrested him, that's when these Nigerian these foreign nationals say he was beaten up, steamed, and pepper sprayed, suffocated until he died. So now, but then there's other side of the story which says the police says the same guy swallowed his own drugs. That's the cause of his death. Yeah. So now we don't actually know if what really caused his death. But then we just saw them fuming, saying the police brutally killed their brother.
But when you were at the scene, what were the police themselves saying about this whole scenario?
Yeah, when we were at the scene, we could not really speak to the police because there was no one talking or speaking on behalf of the police because they were saying the issue is handled by IPID. Yeah, the issue because it involves police.
That's right.
Killing someone. So it will be handled by IPID.
And there is confusion whether there were some people from the Nigerian consulate or was it some organized union of Nigerians. What exactly were they and what did they say?
Or it was a Nigerian union in South Africa. There was their chairman there in Gauteng, Matthew Okafor. He was there just to talk to the Nigerian people to say they must calm down and let the law enforcement agencies to do their job so as to they can find out if what caused the death. Because when the police took the man to the hospital, the hospital officials say, no, this man is already dead, so we cannot take him inside. So that's why the whole incident took place in front of that hospital.
So eventually, did the forensics people manage to examine the body or take the body away?
Yes, they did, but it was a difficult situation because when they came, all the Nigerian officials, they wanted to go, the Nigerian nationals, they wanted to go straight to the car where there is a body because they said, we want our body. You understand? So, but then the police tried to push them away and then they could not be handled. But then at last, they had to use some ammunition or some force to disperse them, like the likes of stun grenades and rubber bullets. So they were able to be dispersed, and then the forensics officials, they managed to take the body away. For now, when we left there, the situation was very calm. It was 1 or 2 police vehicles left in that area. And
you were saying in your report that this is not the first such incident that has been reported. Is that
yes,
so?
That's what I've gathered when I was talking to the people around there, that police are always after the Nigerian officials because they always suspect that they are selling drugs, and then they say the police come to them, they want money, which they get out of those drugs. But then at the same time, those guys, they say, we are not selling drugs. And then that's where the conflict comes from between the Nigerian nationals and the police. So they said it was not the first incident. It happened. It also happened in Benoni. They mentioned that incident too.
Okay. All right, thank you so much. That was my colleague and reporter Luthando Masana, back from that hostage situation in Kempton Park.